Good morning, traders. Welcome to StockCast. My name is Todd Derby, along with my co-host James Mason. Good morning, James. How are you doing today?
Todd, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing well. I have a picture in my background today that represents the upcoming Jerome Powell FOMC meeting.
Yeah, he's gonna get you regardless. In either direction, he's gonna get you. And I mean, hey, look at the SPY from the drop yesterday that won the I, which I guess I'm gonna call it the I. I don't know what I'm gonna call this product that we created.
We're calling it the I for now.
The I for now.
Yeah.
But like it's too long-winded to say the world's greatest product that was ever created by James and Moises and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think we can really fit that in anywhere. So we'll call it the I.
Yeah, and I don't like it when you say all that blah 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 stuff. I mean,
yeah, blah 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 blah. That's just not really catchy for marketing.
So before you get in your market, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but I have no SPY feed. I have no New York Stock Exchange data showing up on my platform because there's a power outage with the weather in the coast. And so it's like I've got to be careful trading today because of this.
Well, you should not be using cheap brokers like Robinhood.
Wait a minute. Or is this a big coincidence?
Todd uses the most expensive broker, by the way.
Yeah.
Which I do like him. I like him a lot. Centerpoint Securities.
Yeah, Centerpoint is awesome. Great. And you know what? Customer service. They're phenomenal.
Good Lord, for real.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, if you call them up enough, they'll literally know your names. But it's nice when you call them up. And like, we're not, by the way, guys, we're not getting paid or anything. For all I know, Centerpoint might hate me. I don't know. But we're not getting paid or being asked to talk about them this way. But it's actually nice that when you call them up, you talk to the same people and they actually get to know your account. And man, you talking about convenience. That's so beneficial.
Well, here's the other thing. They're a smaller shop, and I'd call them a smaller boutique shop that's built a niche. A lot of times you can be talking to a principal and not even know it. So if I recall one conversation you had, you're like, well, I'd like to talk to someone that could really help me with this problem. And the response was, you're talking to one of the principals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The conversation was done.
No, hold on. It wasn't done yet. I went freaking ham on him, and then he turned it over to the other principals. And then,
but saying that,
yes.
I've been a fan of Centerpoint. I like them. They've been good. They've been good to me. They've been great. I do pay a commission. I do get ECN rebates. So at the end of the day, my trades cost me on the average under $1 a trade. So at the volume I'm working with and dollars I'm working with, paying a few dollars for commissions is not a problem for me. But for what I get in return for a direct data feed and quicker executions.
Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah, if you guys kind of just tap on what Todd was just saying about New York Stock Exchange, one of their servers is out. I don't know how many servers they have, but I know they have more than one. So New York Stock Exchange data might be off today for everyone. So hopefully it doesn't screw us up. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So currently the Dow futures are up 325 points. S&P 500 futures are up 60 points, 61 points now. And let me just share a chart with y'all. Let's see. All right, so here's the SPY on the 5-minute chart. And let me turn off all of these indicators really quickly because
what a noisy chart.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more noisier today. Like, I was messing with some settings last night and I don't know what's up now. But all right. So here's the 5-minute chart. And like I say in the beginning of the show, when I saw the I, like they had like the SPX bulls had like a $600 million bullish position up to this point, and then they dumped it. And everybody went freaking short. I hurried up and alerted everybody. I mean, we done wrote this up for profit already on the call side, but the big guys, the Wells were done. And well, it did exactly what it showed that they were going to do. It freaking tanked. So I wasn't expecting it to go this far, but it did. But this is also another reason why I've been telling the members, even though while I'm giving out some of this information to them in the TTBB alerts, not to swing trade with this. I've been saying it so many times. This is for day trading only, because you're talking about trading against guys who have hundreds of billions of dollars. And none of us, or all of us collectively together, do not have that kind of money.
Hundreds of billions. It's
Yeah.
You couldn't even put all that money stacked in $20 bills in your house.
No, impossible.
Yeah.
Impossible. But saying that, they do a lot of day trading on Wall Street. That's pretty much what they are. They create the market and they make majority of their money day trading. And if they're scaling into a position short, they can start scaling in short down here and endure this bullish run. This is no big deal for them. It's nothing to be $500 million in the hole, and they'll just scale in up here. No big deal. And now, while they might be going short down here, or hell, they could do it at the worst possible point and go short, but they're also hedging. You got to remember that. They're always hedging against their positions. So they're always long and short at the same time. And what they do is when one side takes off strong in that direction, they'll reap those profits. And I'm sure they probably just take those profits and use it to scale in to the short side or the other side of the trade, and then ride those profits down. And they just do it over and over and over and over, just back and forth. And that's how they make the money. So this is exactly why I say don't use that data to swing trade with. It's only for day trading and nothing more. As we can see, the craziness that took place right here after hours in the SPY and everywhere else. Microsoft earnings almost looks just like this. I mean, I don't feel sorry. I actually don't care. I was going to lie to y'all. But I was going to say, I kind of feel sorry for the people who were swinging Microsoft through earnings, but no, I don't. Actually, I don't even care. But man, there's people. We'll just take a peek at it really quickly. Imagine the emotional roller coaster right here.
Wow. What is looks like a big ladle.
Yes, exactly. Yes. This right here is, especially if you're swinging options, can you imagine this shit? Like, you get in here and, I mean, really, who wouldn't have expected Microsoft to have good earnings? And they did. And I'm pretty sure, I think I saw Caitlin talk about them doing like buying back shares. I don't know. I haven't looked into it at all. I don't know. So that could be a possibility. I don't know. Y'all can let me know in the comments. But can you imagine swinging call contracts or even swinging puts? And right here, you see this big red candle, and you're like, yes. If you're, swinging puts, you're like, yes, I'm the smartest guy around. And then this happens, you're like, okay, whatever. And it goes back down, you're like, okay, cool. And then right here, you're like, WTF. And then right here, you're like, oh my God. And then right here at the opening, you're dead. But if you had calls, you're like, oh my God, I hate life. Right here, your wife is divorcing you at this point. And then it bounces up and, it bounces up after she's done committed to divorcing you at this point, and now you're back up here making money, and now she's taking that money out from you because you made money.
All right.
Right here at the opening of the bell is where her and her new boyfriend sells off.
This looks like to me a stop hunt. Like they were down there cashing some people out or stealing some money from some people then for to bounce it. I mean, I know
They stole money from a lot of people.
They were stealing. They were definitely stealing money there. Brian, thank you for the $5 tip. And you're right. If you're following the alerts closely yesterday, you could have easily made 100% return in one day.
Yeah. So I mean, even though you guys are experiencing a lot of success with this new product that I've created along with Moises and the rest of the team, let me say, Moises is a phenomenal developer.
Do you like my new my eye logo?
That's not the eye that we're going for, Todd. That is not the eye that we're going for at all.
Man, you have no,
whatever. All right. So yeah, guys, while everyone is experiencing a lot of success with this thing, confidence kills. And last Friday I took, let's see, Todd, was it last Friday I had to take off because I had that horrible trade on Thursday? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So last Friday, I got smoked because I was overly confident with it. And what I did was, being overly confident, I mean, there's no point in looking at the chart. The TTBB members, they know exactly because it happened in one 5-minute candle. I was overly confident. I used max leverage, which was buying expirations, the day of for SPY. And I had 400 contracts. In one 5-minute candle, it got absolutely crushed with no bounce. I was waiting on the bounce, and it just kept going and going and going. And I was like, oh, my God. And I finally cut it. I could have reversed, and the eye did tell me to go short because they all unloaded. It caught them off guard, too. They took a hit there, but they more than made up for it on the short side. But I could have went short, but at that point, I was already in emotional wreck with how much money I lost. I actually had my largest loss since October 10th, 2018. And that was with Square. So this was January the 20th. New record, $38,800 and some odd dollars and change. Yeah.
Should I read the text to everyone that you sent me?
No. God, no. No.
No. I'll just say this. I get this text and I look at it and I go, I can't even say what I said because I was like, I dropped an F-bomb. F.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the text was, I don't want to talk. So I couldn't even call him and be like, hey, how you doing? You need a hug. It was tough on this end, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys are only hearing one emotional side of that story. There's like 3 layers of this. It's deeper. So anyways, guys, while what I'm showing y'all with that data is producing great results, don't get so overconfident that you get just way over leverage. Just use portions of your account, smaller portions of your account, because this is every day. I mean, we can keep doing this every freaking day. What was you going to say, Todd?
I was going to say the New York Exchange data feed is back up. Mine just popped up.
Okay. But yeah, guys, all it takes is just one hit, and that's it. But let's talk about today what we have going on in the market. So while the futures are significantly green and bullish, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the J. Powell extravaganza, and that is going to be your portfolio ripping up and down, not knowing what to do anymore.
So we've talked about this a little bit. So you and I talked about this in the pregame. I think the market's baked in. I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm going to say over half, maybe closer to 75, 80%. And then when the actual numbers are released, it's going to react a little bit more. But show me your daily chart and talk about the potential bounce that you think that might be in the works.
Okay, so we spoke about this yesterday on the show. Now, we can look at the SPY daily chart right here. And SPY has already, from its peak right here, it's already pulled back right at 10%. So we're right at that 10% correction in the market on SPY. And it just so happens to be that we had this setup on the day that the FOMC meeting is taking place on basically what everybody's expecting is a rate increase for March, which it's pretty much guaranteed that Jerome Powell is going to say that. Now, what Todd was just talking about and what we kind of alluded to yesterday was, what if, because everybody's expecting this rate increase, what if everybody is going short, so buying puts on everything, and they just decide to bounce the market? So if they bounce the market, and let's throw up some indicators here. So I have Bollinger Bands up, and the white line is the 9 EMA. And if they, well, first off, look at these daily candles right here. Hopefully you can see them. I mean, while this chart looks like crap, this is looking like a freaking support that's forming right in this range. And this is what's going to be challenging today, because logic tells us that, hey, this rate increase is not going to be well for the market. But at the same time, the market does not trade off of logic. It usually does the opposite of logic. And everybody and their mom is already expecting that the market's going to pull back with this rate increase. So that's why, I mean, if you guys have been watching me trade for a while or listen to me, you understand that I'm a contrarian. But like everything I do in life, I'm a contrarian. I really mean that. I don't follow the crowd on anything. I have some funny stories if you guys ever want to get into it. But what if they do bounce the market here and they just sweep up all of this money that everybody's going short in with puts? I mean, we're talking, golly, I don't know. Todd, how much money would you say? I mean, tens, hundreds.
How much money would I guess? Billions.
Like, we don't even know. Can't even count.
I mean, it's ridiculous what it would be. I can't even guess it, but I know it starts at least with a B, not an M.
Yeah, for sure. So logic says, okay, this is not going to be good for the market. It could pull everything back, but they don't trade off of logic. The market, and I promise you guys this, there are some things that are hard to wrap your mind around when it comes to like the stock market, because if you really start to think on it, you'll start to question certain things, and then you'll just sound like a conspiracy theorist. And I do have different conspiracies that I feel like are true. Yes, and a lot more over the last few months, since I've had to deal deeply with them in the short interest data that they have taken away from not only us, but a lot of other people. They're trying to restrict it because they don't want retail traders having that information. So hopefully I'm not being a conspiracy theorist here, but I mean, it's served me well so far, and we'll just see if it holds true today. I mean, I don't know for sure of what the market's going to do, and this is why I'll just approach it as it takes place. But
one thing I'll suggest, or I'll offer this piece of small advice, is if you're going to trade, I wouldn't be in a large cap trade at 2:00 today when Powell starts speaking.
Honestly, in either direction, it's just going to be so volatile, I think. And again, we are speculating right now. There's no way to know. Yeah, I mean, the market could just end up being a dud. I highly doubt that because it hasn't been before for these FOMC meetings. But you never know what they plan to do with the market. They 100% control it with the flow of their money. And And until they say that the market is going to bounce or drop, that's when it does it. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
James, just between you and I, and I'll mute it out so our members can't hear us say this, that I know there's going to be people who are going to be in the market at 2:00, rolling the dice and gambling with their portfolios, which breaks my heart, because if it works out, all they're doing is being rewarded for bad behavior. And if it doesn't work out, it sucks.
They'll be all in with their accounts with some option contracts that are expiring this week.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just going to destroy it. So just be careful with this, guys, because we don't know. I mean, again, the market, this has pulled back a lot already. And who's to say that the scenario isn't, okay, it does what we expect it to do. The market goes down today. We print a massive red candle. And then after hours today, people are still holding those contracts thinking that the market is going to just die. Like, you know, for whatever reason, some people think that when the entire market starts to drop like this, that there's never going to be a bounce. There's going to be a bounce at some point. I mean, you can look at every pullback in history. There's always a bounce. And we've already pulled back 10% already, and we're developing support right here. So if this would come out and create a bearish day and it goes red, who's to say that after hours today, they don't decide to bounce it then while everybody is still holding on to this put contract, swinging it, trying to get more money, and then rip that bad boy up tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, the rate increase happens in March. Not happening today. It's just
we're about 5 minutes from the start of the market. Let's just go to the comments real quick.
Yeah, we'll see if we.
Good morning, yes, John. Appreciate all your news again. Thank you. I don't care what Johnny says about you, but you're top shelf. You're a good guy.
The news is very helpful.
Honestly. Yeah, I think it's good. I think people get in there. Johnny called us stud muffins. That's so cute.
Oh, because I said it in Discord this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Someone asked what flavor of stud muffins we are. You know what I said, Todd? Ask me what I said, Todd.
What did you say?
Y'all ready? Nut muffins.
You're a dork. Hey, Jordan Garcia, nice to see you on the show. I haven't seen you in there in a while. Nice to see you.
Oh man! All right, guys. Not really too much going on in the comments. The pre-market once again kind of sucks. The world is hanging on by a thread, waiting on Jerome Powell's speech today, and we actually might have low volume up until that meeting, just depending on what the SPY wants to do. It is possible the SPY might sell off up until that meeting. I don't know. We'll have to see how it just starts to flow. But until then, just remember, guys, you don't have to trade today. No one's holding the gun to your head. And if you are trading today, smaller position sizes will greatly pay off. Because while you might get lucky in a trade, there's no guarantee in that next trade you'll be just as lucky. So keep that in mind, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in today. Remember, trade safe, trade smart, and we will catch y'all in the next one.